have our InfoPath form design, we would like to do certain things. The first thing we want to do here is, in the username, I want the username to automatically appear based on the logged in user, because I don't want the user to enter something, right? So when I go and fill a leave request, my username should be automatically picked up from the logged in person. So I'm going to right click on this, go to text box properties, click on default value, click on FX. FX means formula. So I'm going to click on this, and there are in InfoPath you have a lot of inbuilt functions you can make use of. So in the insert function, I'm going to click on user and username. So it returns the username automatically. So it's beautiful. So we don't need to write any code or anything. We just make this function. It will return the value and put it on the text box. Colors. And I also do not want the users to modify this, so we may want to make this read only, so that the users cannot modify this. It automatically shows the currently logged in user. So now we are going ahead. The second field is the leave category field. The leave category field needs to be a drop down, but do I want to hard code the values? It could be sick leave, casual leave, whatever, right? So I don't want to hard code the values here. Instead, I want the values to come from a master list. So I'm going to now create a master list here where I can pick up this. So site actions, more options, and now I'm going to click on custom list and create a master list. List, custom list. I'm going to call this leave categories master. Now in this leave categories master, I'm going to add some leave types. Add new item, sick leave. I know it's not so nice to add sick leave first, but that's the one thing that you really want to take always. So casual leave, and then click on save, and then vacation. Right, so we have 3 types. Yeah, good. So how do we bring these values in the drop down of the InfoPath? That's the $1 million question that we have. Now that's not really a $1 million question, it's hardly $1 question. So we will make this right now. So I click on this, drop down list properties. We've got 3 options here. Enter choices manually. So if you want, you can keep adding the manual choices. Get choices from fields in this form, which means I can bring it from any of the other fields. Third choices is what we need to use. Get choices from an external data source. Now when I click on add, I get option to create a new connection to receive data. So next, where do you want to get the data from? It's so interesting to look at that. We can bring data from a SOAP web service, a REST web service, a SharePoint library or list, or a database, or an XML document. So there is a lot of flexibility in InfoPath to bring data from any of these data sources. It's beyond the scope of this lesson to talk about the SOAP and REST web services. We will talk about it in the next subsequent lessons. So now I'm going to click on SharePoint library or list, because I know that's where the data needs to come from. I'm going to click on next and enter my SharePoint location. Now over here we've got 888, and I'm going to click on next. So when I click on next, I have my leave categories master here, and then I'm going to click on next and choose title, and then I'm going to click on next and click on next and click on finish. Now I'm going to say the value has to come from title, and the display name has to be also title. Now once I'm done, I apply, I say OK and do a preview, and when I do a preview and click on yes, you can see these values coming from the master list. That's totally brilliant.